This is Buckley Park College. With just over 1,000 students, this school has recently implemented positive psychology into their education system. But how has this affected the students? How does positive psychology impact on their life for the better? Let's take a look.
Throughout the year, classes 7 to 9 have been learning about values and strengths. These students have been investigating elements of positive ed. They also have been involved in a project about interviewing people about their values. During class, the course actually covers leadership resilience, bullying, cognitive behavioral theory, mindsets learning physical skill, and gratitude oral presentation, aesthetic, relationship, and mental fitness.
What are some random acts of kindness?
Random act of kindness is being nice or friendly or doing something for someone. Myself.
Do you know anyone who has done something kind to you recently?
Just like my friends are always helping me out if I need some help, and they're always like, if I'm upset, they just like comfort me and help me get through the day and make me happy.
One of my friends, Max, he's been kind to me because he's stuck by my side, but there's a relatively new friend to me. He stuck by my side like an old friend.
I lost my pencil case, and then a kid in my class for me went back to the class where I left it, and then brought it back to me.
Is there anyone you can count on?
I can count on my family and my friends because they love me.
How are you kind to others?
By sharing with them, being nice to them, by being there.
What does kindness mean to you?
It means when an act of kindness is when you help somebody else that needs maybe some help.
Why is kindness important to you?
Oh, kindness is really important. It's about caring for others. It's about being thoughtful and less self-focused. And it's always putting other people first. And showing kindness can mean the world to someone. Someone could be really lonely, and then just one small act of kindness can really change how someone feels during that day.
What makes me smile is when people are amazingly kind to each other. Kindness is something that makes my heart smile, and I love surprises too, but mainly kindness. That's the thing. Kindness is number one.
Always what makes me smile is my son. So he's 5.5 and he's just the apple of my eye. I absolutely love him.
When students come to school ready to go, have a good lesson.
What makes you smile?
Coffee!
What makes you smile?
That wig absolutely makes me smile.
Basketball. You smile.
Buckley Park College makes me smile because everybody at the school is working on positive education in some way. How could I not smile about that? Fantastic. Other thing that makes me smile is this football team and Mr. Dunstan. Aren't we lucky to have a Richmond supporter running our school? Go Tigers!
What makes you smile?
I don't know, funny movies, funny TV shows.
What is the most important thing that you have learned to help you be happy in life?
To be happy, have a great family, and have a clear conscience all the time. Don't be selfish, and see your grandchildren a lot. That's what keeps me happy.
Buckley Park College celebrates a wide range of diverse events like Idaho Day, We interviewed one of the Pride leaders and asked a question of why is it important to celebrate these events. We also interviewed our Year 10 coordinator, Dana Lawrence.
Take it slow, but it's not typical. He already knows that my love is fire. His heart was a stone, but then his hands rolled. I turned him to gold.
I think events like Ida Hot Day kind of allow students, especially LGBT, etc. students, a time to be seen and a time to be heard, and also, you know, ones that aren't out, a time to feel recognised and included. I forget what the statistic is, but I think a good majority of people don't actually come out, as in LGBT people, don't actually come out until after high school, and that's because it's an environment that a lot of the time can be really daunting for them. It can feel kind of scary. You're not really sure, like you kind of want to fit in. You don't want to, you don't want other people to single you out or bully you or anything like that. And I think events like Ida Hot Day, they show people that they're accepted, and they also kind of promote understanding as well, for those people who maybe, you know, don't like LGBT people just because they don't really understand or they're not really educated on it. I think education, funnily enough, in a school, is a really big part of it. I think people tend to fear or make fun of things that they don't really know or understand. And I mean, it's not even just, you know, LGBT people as a minority group, it's kind of any minority group. To promote understanding of them and acceptance of them, you really need to understand what it means, you know, what sort of challenges those people face and how to, you know, address issues that might come up, or, you know, how to basically just treat people with respect, because that can look like different things in different situations. So, yeah, education.
If all our life is but a dream, fantastic pose in green, then we should feed our jewelry to the sea. The diamonds do appear to be just like broken glass to me. And then she said she can't believe genius only comes along in storms of fabled foreign tongues, dripping eyes and flooded lungs. Northern downpour sends his love. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. Sugar cane in the easy morning weather vane.
Basically just to get everyone out of the classroom, to have a bit of fun, relieve a bit of stress, and the fact that we went ice skating this year, it's kind of something that not many students have done before, so it gets them out of their comfort zone, and you know, people are helping each other out without even kind of realising they are. It's also got that social aspect, so working on a bit of social development there, by kids being in different groups and getting to know their peers. Well, this year it's kind of a bit hard to do POS Ed in Year 10 currently, as it's not timetabled into the timetable, so we actually have to take kids out of class to do anything to do with POS Ed, but term 1 we had the big day out. This term we've had a study session done by Elevate, and then we've got kids going Central Australia camp. Term 3 is all about kind of hopefully a help-seeking unit, so students will be doing some first aid and having a few guest speakers in. And then with term 4, it hasn't been really decided yet, but it will be something hopefully that is student-led.
Buckley Park College offers a Year 10 elective study called Positive Psychology, which is studied for 1 semester. We have been learning about mental fitness and how to balance it in our everyday lives. We have researched theories of happiness like hedonic and mnemonic. Students were asked to present their new learnings in a presentation.
Oh, my blood once was my own, but in one touch, you made it yours. What have you done? What have you done? Yeah, I know I went and left you all alone. Please don't think that I let you go. I'll never let go. I could search 100,000 souls, but none of them would ever feel like home. And no matter how far and wide I roam, you're the only one I'll ever know. I don't belong to anyone else. I don't belong to anyone else. I don't belong to
The Year 12 students have been working on other topics. They have been doing workshops on relationships and positive emotions, purpose, meaning, strategies, mindset, and positive strategies. The Year 12s also attended an excursion called the 1000 Steps. This was meant to challenge the year level.
Yeah, so what was the importance of the 1000-step excursion?
So when we were actually looking at some of the issues around being in Year 12, one of the major pressures that Year 12 have is a level of anxiety around their work and schoolwork, and those pressures often mean that when things get really difficult and really tough, that a lot of students, when they are under those kind of pressures, don't actually look at what they've achieved or what's actually happening around them. So we looked at the 1000 Steps as a means to connect a little bit with our culture, something that's really important within our culture. So the whole notion of, if you link to the Anzacs, so we were around that sort of time. And at the bottom of the 1000 Steps, there's some really amazing words in terms of sacrifice, determination, courage, mateship. And so with the Year 12s, we wanted to frame in around those kind of themes and develop that in a way so that when we did the 1000 Steps, people walked up there individually. They were with their friends, but everyone was able to get up there and achieve. And it's not a normal walk. It's something that you have to kind of walk through and get put in some effort to make physical effort to actually get through it. Some kids found it tough. A couple of kids were sick on the trail. It's not a long walk, but it's certainly enough. It's steep enough to be challenging enough if you aren't doing those kind of things. So we then got the whole group. So we had about 150 students all get up to the top of the 1000 Steps. So from an individual point of view, everyone felt like they'd achieved something, particularly when it got tough. So in terms of for Year 12, that's what happens. As the year progresses, you get this excitement, you start out on your journey, and as you get halfway in, you start to realise that, hey, I've actually got to get to the end, I've got to walk through this. So by the time they got to 3/4 of the way, they could see the end of this. They were still physically exhausted, but to take that effort to get them through, even having friends in around them to help them through it, I think is a really good symbolism for them all to deal with. Afterwards, we then got them in class groups, and we actually tied everyone together. And because when we were talking about that word mateship, one of the great things about Year 12 is about supporting each other and supporting out the learning, socially as well, emotionally, because you are going to go through all these kind of stresses. And so we did a walk on the backside of the 1,000 steps, which is equally as steep, equally as difficult, but everyone was tied together, so they all had to work together. And so not only did people sort of see that individually that it takes effort, you've got to do this stuff on your own, but when you work together as a team, that you're actually able to achieve great things and have some evidence there that, you know, when things do get tough, if you do actually focus on what's important around you, and that's to get to the finish line, then actually you can get there. And it doesn't matter if it's you're the fastest or the slowest. The fact is, it's about the achievement, about getting to the end. And I think, to me, that's where the 1,000 steps were really important.
Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope you've been able to consider some ways to implement positive psychology into your own settings.